In a world where we are constantly connected, streaming videos, checking emails, and scrolling through social media, have you ever stopped to think about the hidden cost of all that digital convenience? Data centers, the massive facilities that power our online lives, consume enormous amounts of energy and resources, contributing to environmental challenges that affect us all. Today, we dive into this critical issue and uncover the real impact behind the screens. Welcome to Objectified, where we explore the untold stories of everyday objects that shape our world. In this video, we turn our attention to data centers, those sprawling complexes of servers and technology that keep the internet running. While they enable everything from cloud storage to artificial intelligence, data centers also have a significant environmental footprint. We will examine their origin, evolution, cultural significance, and some surprising details that highlight both the problems and the potential solutions. By the end, you will gain a deeper understanding of how these digital powerhouses influence our planet and what the future might hold. The story of data centers begins in the mid-20th century, amid the dawn of the computer age. In the 1940s and 1950s, early computers like ENIAC and UNIVAC were massive machines that filled entire rooms. These were the precursors to modern data centers, requiring constant power and cooling to operate. As businesses and governments recognized the potential of computing, they began to centralize these systems in dedicated spaces. The term data center emerged in the 1960s, with facilities designed to house mainframe computers for tasks such as data processing and scientific calculations. One pivotal moment came in 1965, when the American Standards Association published guidelines for data center design, emphasizing the need for controlled environments to prevent overheating and data loss. Early data centers were energy-intensive, relying on air conditioning and backup generators, but they laid the foundation for the digital infrastructure we rely on today. As the internet took shape in the 1980s and 1990s, the demand for data storage and processing exploded, leading to the construction of larger facilities. Companies like IBM and Digital Equipment Corporation pioneered these developments, transforming data centers from niche operations into essential components of global communication networks. This origin story highlights how the pursuit of technological advancement often overlooked environmental considerations in its early stages. Over the decades, data centers have evolved dramatically, driven by technological advancements and growing awareness of their environmental impact. In the 1990s, the rise of the World Wide Web and e-commerce necessitated more scalable solutions, leading to the development of server farms and modular data centers. Innovations such as virtualization technology, introduced in the early 2000s, allowed multiple virtual servers to run on a single physical machine, significantly reducing energy consumption per unit of computation. More recently, the shift to cloud computing, spearheaded by companies like Amazon Web Services and Google Cloud, has transformed data centers into highly efficient operations. These facilities now incorporate advanced cooling systems, such as liquid immersion cooling and free-air cooling, which use less electricity by leveraging natural airflow or water-based methods. Renewable energy sources have also become a focus, with many data centers powered by solar, wind, or hydroelectric energy. For instance, Google's data centers aim to operate on 100% renewable energy, and innovations like AI-driven energy management optimize power usage in real time. Despite these advancements, challenges remain as the sheer scale of data centers continues to grow with the proliferation of big data, streaming services, and the Internet of Things. This evolution demonstrates an ongoing effort to balance technological progress with sustainability. Data centers hold a profound cultural significance, reflecting society's increasing reliance on digital technology and its consequences for the environment. They symbolize the backbone of the modern economy, enabling everything from online shopping and social networking to remote work and telemedicine. However, this convenience comes at a cost, as data centers contribute to carbon emissions, water usage, and electronic waste. Culturally, they embody the trade-offs of the digital age, where instant access to information often masks the environmental toll. In terms of societal impact, data centers have influenced urban planning and community dynamics. Large facilities, often located in rural areas for cheaper land and cooler climates, can bring economic benefits like job creation, but also spark conflicts over noise, water consumption, and energy demands. For example, in regions like Ireland and the Netherlands, data centers have strained local water supplies and electricity grids, leading to debates about sustainability and equity. On a global scale, they exacerbate climate change, with the industry's carbon footprint comparable to that of the aviation sector. This cultural significance underscores how data centers are not just technical infrastructures, but mirrors of broader societal values, prompting discussions on responsible technology use and the need for greener alternatives. Data centers are full of astonishing details that reveal their environmental quirks and innovations. For one, a single data center can consume as much electricity as a small city. With global data centers accounting for about 1% of worldwide energy use, that is equivalent to the energy consumption of all the households. In a country like the Netherlands, another surprise is the water usage. Cooling systems in data centers can require billions of liters of water annually. And in water-scarce regions, this has led to conflicts with local communities. On a positive note, some data centers are turning waste heat into a resource. For instance, facilities in Sweden and Finland use excess heat to warm nearby buildings, providing heating for homes and reducing overall energy waste. Did you know that the search for environmental impact of data centers itself generates a tiny amount of carbon emissions due to the energy used in processing the query? Additionally, the rise of edge computing processing data closer to the user rather than in large central facilities could reduce the environmental footprint by minimizing data transmission distances. And here, as a fun fact, the first data center to achieve net zero carbon emissions was operated by Microsoft in 2020, showcasing how innovation can lead to real change in unexpected ways. As we conclude this exploration, it becomes evident that data centers are double-edged swords in the environmental narrative. They drive the digital revolution that connects and empowers us, yet their energy demands and resource consumption pose serious challenges to sustainability. From their origins in the early computing era to their ongoing evolution toward greener technologies, data centers highlight the need for responsible innovation. Their cultural significance reminds us that every click and stream has an environmental cost. But with advancements in renewable energy and efficiency, there is hope for a more sustainable future. Ultimately, understanding this impact encourages us to make informed choices about our digital habits and support efforts to minimize harm. If you found this discussion thought-provoking, consider subscribing to the channel for more insights into the hidden impacts of everyday objects. We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Do you have experiences with data centers in your community, or suggestions for how to reduce their environmental footprint? Sharing your ideas helps us all learn and grow together. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the environmental impact of data centers. Remember, every object we interact with tells a story, and by examining them closely, we can better understand our world. We look forward to exploring more topics with you in future videos.